Hey guys, before I begin this video, I have an announcement to make. I will be a guest commentator for BCS World Finals 2018, which will be held at Akihabara UDX Tokyo this Sunday, 20th January 2019 at 9 AM in the morning. First of all, I would like to thank every one of you who made this possible. The initial migration to Buddyfight was really tough for me, but I really love Buddyfight and I wanted to give it my all. And it was thanks to all your warm support that I was able to make it this far. I would like to thank BCS for this opportunity of a lifetime to commentate on this grand event. As this will be my first time commentating in a major event, I hope you guys will tune in this Sunday to join me to watch the best players in the world duke it out, so see you there. Welcome Buddyfighters, today I'll be going through the top 10 decks you're likely to see at Buddyfight World Finals 2018. These findings are based on my personal experiences and tournament reports from around the world. So if you're participating in the upcoming BCS World Championship, I hope this video will be able to help you mentally prepare for the upcoming battles, and also help fellow aspiring Buddyfighters to learn more about the current competitive scene. So let's jump into it. Dimension Dragons. Let's start with the big bad of Buddyfight. Dimension Dragon aka Val Ranma's deck is an incredible consistent deck that focuses on turboing into the deadly Lost World. Lost World cards generally have ludicrous stats and abilities that far surpass any world in Buddyfight. Going to Lost World ensures the player has the upper hand in the overall battle. However, all hope is not lost. If you are able to control and prevent your opponent from transforming into Lost World, Dimension Dragons are generally advantage farmers and lack offensive capabilities. So these are the following strategies when going up against one. First, gauge control, stealing the opponent's gauge and preventing them from paying 2 gauge to go into Lost World at the end of the turn. Secondly, board wipe and rush hard. This strategy is used by more aggressive meta decks who don't have gauge steal, because Dimension Dragon's main negates can only be activated when a D-Dragon's on the field. So if you're able to wipe out all cards, all the negates will be rendered useless in the hand and you will have a guaranteed win if you have cards to push with. Blood Dragon SECT.
Open my evil eye, my dark, hidden powers shall be released, and the entire world will be hit by an excruciating, blinding darkness.
The Dance Emo Dragons are extremely viable in the World Championship, with the ability to nullify skills like Soul Guard and then self-destruct into Bloody Eyes counter-attack is no laughing matter. Even the Almighty Vanity is not spared from this curse. Blood Dragon are also able to harvest large amount of advantage through Soul Gain and draw power, and the cards in the Soul strengthens the boss monster. Cards that give you additional stats and damage reduction makes this deck one of the top tanks picked in the meta. To fight against this deck effectively, you will have to have cards that can empty the soul of the Emo Dragons. Cards like Dragon's Var works wonders against Dadan. However, Blood Dragons have set spells that do prevent soul from dropping, so make sure you take care of those before attempting to drop any of their souls. Blood Dragon also have a bad matchup against his tanky senpai, Atora, due to the fact that Atora is unaffected by counterattack and Soccer Boost give them anti-nullify, making them a natural counter. Blood Dragon also have a bad time against Mobile Aerial Team, Hero World, as counter decks usually does nothing against weapon-based decks, and Weapon Link Wetter, which break a card whenever MAT attacks, makes life bad for the Dragons. Star Dragon World. The granddaddy of tank decks, Atora makes its comeback with Buddy Lineage, borderline broken card ETERNITYRING, which goes in the soul of Atora from your hand to give it an extra life, deal burn damage to your opponents, and break a card whenever it attacks. It is stackable, so multiple copies in this bad boy and your opponent will be left with an empty field even if they survive. And to top it all off, it compensates the fighter with a charge and draw. Now how is that fair? Not at all. But never fear, Bejeweled haters, cards that drop soul greatly affects the deck. Dragon Var, Magic World No-Brainer is a great out against ETERNITYRING. Once you send a nasty spell in the drop zone, they have limited ways of getting them back. Atora is also badly hurt by cards that prevents it from attacking. Cards like Dragostorm, Shadow Stitching, and Magic World Necrolepsy stops Atora from getting additional soul and triggering ETERNITYRING Burning Destruction. An alternate win condition is also Gauge Stealing, which Godpunks excel at. Godpunks also have excellent matchup thanks to Junk Wheel and Brozu's ability to eat a card even if it can't be destroyed. ASTRODRAGONs. Ah yes, it's finally time for Space Chicken to shine like a bright star. ASTRODRAGON has been my favorite deck since the beginning of Ace, even though it was quite lackluster throughout the series.
You can't mean it.
But I mean, who doesn't love Adorable Cross? Jokes aside, the new ASTRODRAGONs are awesome. They have a new cross that isn't too reliant on air formation. Its versatility and ability to adapt to offense or defensive situation using Coop makes it a well-rounded deck. Astros also have an excellent draw power with majority of cards allowing you to draw, making it an extremely turbo deck which is fun to play. However, due to its reliance on draw power, OBSTRUCT is a very devastating card against Astros. It instantly shuts down the speed of the deck, which affects the overall performance. Cards like Buddyfight is also a great counter to the deck as it does a series of multiple attacks. Ancient World Link Dragon Order. Link Dragon Order is a very powerful deck that has a toolbox of abilities to counter a lot of the meta decks. From gauge stealing to soul removal, they have it all. They also have multiple ways to approach certain decks. For example, using the size 1 formation against open center decks, and going into King Agito to overcome giant wall decks with high defense count, while still benefiting from the D-share abilities in its soul. Surprisingly, Link Dragon Order have very little weaknesses as their unpredictability of its Link Dragon formation, whether it's going to size 1 or size 3, is very hard to counter against. They also have D-shares that prevent it from being destroyed, bounce, and rest. In order to prepare against Link Dragon Orders, cards like Buddyfight is very useful when going up against the size 1 formation as they rely on multi-attacks for aggression. Danger World Godpunk. Does your hatred for this meta burn like the flaming resolve of Bronzeus? If so, this deck is made for you. Godpunk is the true definition of an anti-meta control deck. From stealing your gauge to stealing your hand cards, Godpunk does them all. Let's not forget that Bronzeus also steals win, removing unkillable cards like Grantees and Amaterasu. There's nothing Bronzeus can't remove, and thanks to it being a core cost, it is also uncounterable. Anti-meta decks usually have little to no weaknesses. Fortunately, Godpunks are not very aggressive being a control deck. The difficulty of the matchup is based on which deck you're playing. For example, if you're going into decks that focuses on gauge for big monsters like Atora, you're gonna have a very bad time. If you focus on a single powerful card like Amaterasu, Bronzeus will easily remove it. Throughout power, decks like Astros and Dra Ninjas will also dry to a single obstruct that it plays. So overall, this deck is suitable for players who likes absolute control. Shadow Shades has been very prominent and shown excellent results through Bloody Lineage meta. 2 new cards brought Shadow Shade up to top tier, with Terry's ability to deal burn damage and regenerate every battle phase. While immune to effect damage such as Penetrate and Impacts, it was the Atora 2.0 of Buddyfight. And with its new set spell, Illusion the Shade, which puts the top card of the deck into the sword, then allowing you to pick one card from the sword to tutor into the hand during your battle phase. Combo with the new Terry, you will be able to use your favorite spell infinitely as it goes from the drop to the soul to the hand. And with the Magic World series of powerful advantage gaining spells, the Magical Tank deck is unstoppable. As the deck became really powerful due to its set spell, in order to affect its performance greatly, it is highly recommended that you break the set spell in order to prevent it from triggering. Cards like the generic Chest Break is the perfect counter as it sends up to 2 set spells away. 72 Pillars. Our favorite Demon Lord is back once again. Its ability to draw a card when it enters the board is awesome, but you know what terrifies me? You may then discard a card to bounce all cards from the field back to your opponent's hand, bypassing anti-destruction. To top it off, ASMODAI has a second ability. Whenever a card is returned to your opponent's hand, he discards a card. It's once per turn, but it can be triggered both yours and your opponent's turn, which makes any simple bounce card very deadly. 72 Pillars' deadliest play is the Saturday Night Fever into 3 ASMODAI again combo, which wipe out the entire board clean and make your opponent discard 3 cards due to 3 ASMODAIs on the field, then proceeding to attack you for easy 8 damage due to each ASMODAI's double attack. Some precaution going up against Pillars is to hold on to spell nows whenever Saturday Night is cast. Stop it at all costs. One way to shut down Pillars is also cards that prevents your opponent from reviving from the drop zone. For example, Godpunk's Godtrace, Blood Dragon's Rising Detroit Soul card shuts down Saturday Night Fever. Katana Electro-Deities. The deck has great survivability due to its tanky, unkillable Amaterasu. Has an excellent draw power through its spells and Amaterasu itself. Has access to the best spell nows in the game, Sakura Furuki, and he has one of the most synergy with Lost World alongside Dimension Dragons. The adorable Amaterasu does have its weakness though. Even though the deck is immune to destruction, it cripples heavily to effects that bounce the possessed Amaterasu, losing absolute control of the game. Since most of its defensive spells require item re-equip, the deck also has a very hard time against Godpunk. With Bronzeus' ability to hard remove Amaterasu and her soul, Amaterasu players dread that matchup. Dra Ninja. Yes, it's time for one of Yuga's decks to shine. Dra Ninja is one of the most versatile decks in the meta. The deck has insane draw power thanks to the Guard Trio, a quadruple attacking Fuma Dragon, the potential to first turn kill, access to Sakura Furuki, the best spell now, and Shin Gargantua Punisher, one of the best impacts on Ace. But since they are constantly calling monsters to turbo their decks, Loyalty shuts them down very badly. Also, rest spells against Gaga will prevent them from G-evoing, dropping its offense drastically. Here's a list of popular side deck choices that you might want to consider for your own deck. Beside each card, I labeled which popular deck it's great against. So once again, I want to thank you for watching. I really put in a lot of effort for this special video, and I might do one again in the future. So peace out and love you guys. Rawr!